This is Songs from the Big Chair by Tears for Fears. Let's talk records. It is early 1984 at the Woolhall Studio in Beckington, Somerset. Tears for Fears heads to a 16th century former wool store they have converted into a private recording studio to begin recording their next album. They are coming off a huge UK success with their debut album The Hurting, an album packed with intense personal songs. Roland Orzabal and Curt Smith weren't overnight sensations. They started out in a short-lived ska-influenced new wave band called Graduate, but when that fizzled, they regrouped with a clearer mission. Inspired by synth-pop duos like Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark and Soft Cell, they formed Tears for Fears. Not just as a musical partnership, but as a conceptual force. Even though they were going to be a band, they decided to build themselves as a duo, much like synth-pop groups of the time. Their first album, The Hurting, was heavily shaped by Arthur Janow's Primal Scream Therapy, the idea that unresolved childhood pain shapes adult behavior. It was dark, personal, and their breakthrough in the UK. Working again with producer Chris Hughes, it's at Woolhall that they start building what will become Songs from the Big Chair, a sharp left turn into bolder, more expansive territory. The album title was originally supposed to be called Working Hour, but Orzabal thought to change it. It is a nod to the 1976 TV miniseries Sybil. In it, the main character, who suffers from dissociative identity disorder, only feels safe when sitting in her therapist's big chair. It was symbolic for the band. This was their safe space to explore huge ideas: politics, power, identity, and emotional release. Whereas the previous album was darker, the band wanted to be more outgoing here. The first single, Mother's Talk, came out in August 1984 ahead of the album. It's jittery and aggressive, not quite what people were expecting. It cracked the UK top 20 but doesn't make a splash in the US. But in November, they released Shout, and everything changes. It's a slow building anthem written during the Hurting sessions but saved for something big. It hit number 4 in the UK, becoming a hit across the pond first. The album itself drops on February 25th, 1985. It enters the UK charts on number 2, then climbs to number 1 the next week. Then in March 1985, Everybody Wants to Rule the World is released as a single in the US, and it becomes their signature track. The song was a late addition to the album and it almost didn't make it. Good thing it did. It hit number 2 in the UK, and by June, it gave them their first number 1 hit in the US. By August 1985, Shout also goes all the way to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Their next single, Head Over Heels, lands in June and peaks at number 12 in the UK and number 3 in the US. Then in October, they released I Believe, a ballad that doesn't chart as high but shows just how varied their songwriting had become. Because of the success of the singles, the album finally hits number 1 on the US Billboard 200 and stays there for 5 weeks. By the end of 1985, Songs from the Big Chair is a global success. It goes triple platinum in the UK and 5 times platinum in the US. Tears for Fears have gone from introspective outsiders to arena level headliners.